Hello, this is Tina Meeks with SCORE. I am so excited to share this presentation with you. It's one of my favorites. It's all about systems and processes and profitability. So if you haven't seen my trust accounting course yet, go ahead and check that video out. It explains a lot of what I do from the attorneys and real estate and property management side of it. This goes hand in hand with that. So let's get started on this. So profit is due to systems and processes? How? Explain. I get this all the time. So to try to make it simple for you to understand, let's get started. Business systems. A lot of people refer to this as IT geeks call them ERP systems. So I want you to think to yourself, how long has it been since you've reviewed your system to be sure you're using all the bells and whistles that it offers? Are you reviewing any enhancement updates to see if any may affect your day-to-day reports, your pricing, or anything of that nature? And has any new modules been implemented that you haven't taken advantage of? Those are things that also could be causing some profitability issues. Processes. Now, this is referring to your day-to-day processes that your team would follow. It's also known as SOPs. It's your standard operating procedures, or some folks call them my how-to notes. Are you still doing things manually? And how often are these SOPs being updated as things evolve within your company? How many chicken scratch notes do y'all have out there? Are you pulling those out every time you have to train somebody new? Now, what I'm about to explain is the reason why processes are so vital, because if you have turnover and you have new employees coming in, if you do not have processes in place, those employees are going to reinvent the wheel for you. If your company's been operating very effectively and efficiently, and you want to keep your company running that way, have those processes in place. It's very important because I'm sure new employees want to come in and know how your company is supposed to be run and keep it that way. Now, accounting. How often are you reviewing your fee structure or cost of services and products? How often are you reviewing the annual expenses, such as your insurance plans, your vendor contracts, and merchant fees and janitorial, to give you just an example? It all depends on what industry you're in, that determines how many expenses have to be reviewed. And are you staying on top of your collections? Now, when I say collections, I don't mean those that you're already having to fight. This is a collection. These are collections in your aged receivables, right? How about billing the clients? Do you stay on top of that, or do you get behind? Is there a lot of manual processes happening here? A lot of things I will tell you now. Clients are taking their customers. Well, I'm sorry, excuse me. My clients are taking their customers down to either due upon receipt or net 15. The old days of net 30, net 45, I've even seen out of this net 90. Those are going away. Too many things are unstable right now for you to extend credit that long to your clients. You want to be able to get that money in. If you're not getting it up front, you need to work out the terms to get it as close as possible to the delivery of your service or product. I hate to say that, but that's what the world we're in right now. You want to keep your company healthy. Let's adjust those terms. My favorite saying, 94% of the problems in the failure of business are systems and process driven, not the people. I didn't say that. I wish I did, but this is my mantra. Very much so my mantra. This was actually coined by W. Edwards Deming. He was the greatest quality and systems guru ever. Check him out. Amazing research he did to realize that not many companies, leaderships, and managers understand all the processes and systems that companies are using, especially when you start getting bigger. You start losing things. You start losing the ability to manage everything. So that's why you need, if you're not in the corporation level yet where you can hire 13 Tinas, then you want to consider something of myself as a contract consultant to come in and get you to where you need to be. Because we want to get you to that corporation level that you want to be in that business legacy. Automation is at its best yet in streamlining your company for profitability. You're probably hearing the word AI constantly. Well, I've been doing automation streamlining processes since I was 18 years old. My first one was a memory writer typewriter. I programmed all the letters for the human resource secretary so she didn't have to type them manually. That's a long time ago, folks. So, are you ready to take your company to the level it needs to exceed the competition? It's getting tough out there. I do not want to see good employees get burned out from outdated systems and processes. In all my years in career, this is one of the things I hear quite often. They're doing too much manual work. They're doing too much customization. They're doing too much. They don't want to make a change. They don't want to use it because it takes too much time to get it set up. Well, you're burning your employees out. That's where your problem's at. That's where your profitability is being lost. So, as I said, who's heard the word a few times? Anybody? The P word? What else is causing the problem? Not that P word in your company. Profitability. Let's talk about the profitability that is affected. Let's go over some you may not have thought of. Turnover. If you're having turnover, that's 1/3 of the annual salary to bring in somebody new. I know no one likes turnover. You're paying more to Uncle Sam. And I'll explain to you why. Who is reviewing not just your P&Ls, not just your balance statement, but who's reviewing the transactions that are being processed every day to make sure they're being classified in the correct category for tax strategy savings? Think about it. The value of your company falls drastically if your finances are unstable. Trust me, I know. It is one of the hardest things companies have to deal with, especially when they decide to go and sell and they're being lowballed. Well, they've seen your financials. If you have a lot of aged receivables, write-offs, things are just looking like an EKG machine, unfortunately, that's a negative. And they will not give you the value of what your revenue is and things of that nature. It's a very tough strategy that's taken. It's a lot of the reasons people don't get approved for loans, but we'll get into that in just a second. There we go. It affects your ability to get loans, bring in investors, and credit line increases, etc. It's so sad when I see a company making very good revenue, but the profit is terrible. And then the value of your company and all the things that go into it is just not where it needs to be. We've got to get your financials healthy. And how we do that? Change your system, use your systems, change your processes, and get you right where you need to be for maximum results. So, I have 3 strategies to help you become more profitable. 1, first thing I hit is cash flow injection. Got to get the money, honey. Money. So what we got to do, first thing we have to do. Second, we need to review those expenses. And third, I offer consulting services. I'm not just a Band-Aid fix. I'm going to be there with you every step of the way, every year, every month, every quarter, as long as you need me to keep you financially healthy, because I want you to focus on your clients, your product, your service, and do what you do best. Do why you got into this business in the first place. You keep that going, and I'll keep you financially healthy so you can be the best that you can be. We need to reduce your stress, prevent turnover, and make you profitable. How do I do this? Well, here's my strategy 1. Clean up age receivables, catch up on your billing, review your fee structure if you're a fee-based business, or look at your cost breakdown if you're working on products and services. Strategy 2. We go through all of your expenses and we shop around for quotes and review what is currently in place. I will bring in what I call my Justice League referral partners and experts in the various fields of the expenses to make sure that you are getting the best that you are getting for your insurances, health insurances, vendor contracts, agreement, etc., etc. I bring my team, my Justice League. Strategy 3. We review your transactions monthly, quarterly, and we properly classify your expenses if needed to make sure that we look for tax savings items. Now, I can go into all kinds of details with this, but let's keep it simple. And then I work with your CPA on the reports that are needed at the end of the year to get you wrapped up. How many of you stress about the paperwork that you got to get to that CPA? How many of you have rushed that process and said, screw it, whatever I got to pay Uncle Sam, I'll pay. I ain't got time to deal with this. I've got customers to deal with. I've got product to deliver. I've got services to perform. I just don't have time for this. And I lost my best employee last week. Raise your hand if you have said that in the last few months or even the previous years. I'm waiting. Score services. I have proven results in 30 days or less. Yes, I've been doing this for over 20 years and I've been in the corporate world for 35 years. Been streamlining processes since then. As I mentioned, the memory of write a typewriter at 18 years old is my first thing. My blessing was when I went into the accounting field. That was the double whammy. I'm able to see transactions running through your systems and back and offer you the best and maximum profitability to save your company or make you profitable. How long has it been since you went on a vacation? So with this, I offer a 30-minute discovery call as my goal is to get you making money. That's my happy place. My happy place is getting you to make money. So what are you waiting for? There's my website, 2 E's. Reach out to me. There's an area for you to book a call. And if you're a smaller entrepreneur or solo entrepreneur and haven't quite made it yet to the next level, I do offer the 15 minutes. So I would love to hear from you. Think about what I said. Replay this if you need to. And reach out to me. I'd love to talk to you a little bit more and really dig in to your company in your industry and see how long you've been around, and let's get you to that legacy business. Thank you so much for watching and check out my other videos. Have a great one.